So Guilford County has about 125 schools.
Mike Ritchie, Alan Perdue, and Ross Pearson have been working to make the halls of Guilford County schools safer.
It was about a 4-month process in testing every single school.
It's not as discernible as detectors or as visible as cameras, but it's a major security flaw. Radio dead zones, where first responders can't communicate inside school buildings.
Well, I think just the magnitude of how big the problem is, and knowing how frustrating it is as a first responder, whether you're a firefighter, a law enforcement officer, or a medic, you go inside a building and you can't communicate.
Perdue's work as a fire marshal, county commissioner, and head of the Safer Buildings Coalition has taught him that communication is critical, and radio dead zones for first responders can be deadly, especially in schools.
Can you call for help? And it's not just public safety radios, it's cell coverage. Can you call 911 when you need it?
This problem can be hard to visualize, but here's one way you can see it. Our live signal dropped during National Signing Day here at Providence High School. We use these backpacks right here in order to stream a live signal, but when it mattered most, the signal cut out.
When we're disconnected, we're less safe. There's no question about it.
It's why Perdue and Ritchie worked with first responders to test schools in Guilford County, identify the dead zones, and contract out the work to enhance first responder radios into schools where that signal is blocked.
Why we have the 2 different antennas on the roof, one for each system.
They called Ross Pearson and Pearson Wireless to fix the problems they found. WBTV viewers might remember Pearson from our previous reporting when we tested first responder radio dead zones in public places across Charlotte.
We found over time in responses that when you have a communication breakdown, especially in an emergency, things don't go as well as they should.
Nowhere is that reality felt more than in Uvalde, Texas. 19 children and 2 adults were killed in a mass shooting at Robb Elementary School. A committee investigating the shooting found that upon entering the building, officers were unable to communicate on their radios.
We count on first responders for that safety. We count on police, fire, EMS. And if they can't do their job, then they can't keep our kids safe. And that's my number one job, that's my number one focus. It's what I lose sleep over at night, is keeping our kids safe.
The chief of police in Uvalde had to call dispatch on his cell phone and reported they had the shooter surrounded, but they didn't have radio.
It seems so obvious that this should be a major safety focus. Why do you think it's not as much as some places?
I think it's out of sight, out of mind. Think of it this way. Who's the most important person in your life? And imagine you walk into a building and they need help. Are they going to get it? That's what this comes down to.
And in Guilford County, they are. They are going to get that help.
We wanted to find out if other schools are taking radio dead zones as seriously as they are in Guilford County. So I reached out to more than a dozen school districts to ask them if they have done surveys to find out if they have these dead zones and what they're doing to fix them. We have all those answers on our website, WBTV.com. And this is something that every parent should take seriously and make sure their kids' schools are taken seriously so they know that they are safe. Reporting in Charlotte, David Hodges, WBTV, on your side.